Hi guys, welcome to Moonchild Serendipity Tarot. So today to continue my 2020 prediction for BTS series, we're gonna do JINs today. This is another reading that I did long before the year started. So now we're just gonna have a look at the photos of the cards and see what I can see from these cards. You might notice that the readings are kind of different from each other, from the layout to the cards, because I have 3 different tarot decks and I use them interchangeably, and the way I spread out the layout of the cards depends on how they feel on the day, kind of thing. So yeah, I don't just go for one particular spread or layout of the card, so I just do what I felt like. For JINs, let's have a look at the tarot cards. To me, the upper row kind of talks about his inner emotions, like how he's feeling, and the below row talks about more of like his career and his, the image that he present out to the world to see, like the outside image of him. And I love how the 2 rows kind of like the reflections of each other. So the upper row we have all the reverse cards. In the lower row we have normal cards. And also, the funny thing I just noticed when I looked at this photo again, on the upper row we have the 7 of Swords in reverse, in reverse, and on the right down below we have the 6 of Swords, and then we have the King of Wands in reverse, and then on the opposite side we have the Daughter of Pentacles. Again, on the upper side we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, and down the bottom we have 10 of Cups, and then 2 of Swords and 3 of Pentacles. It feels like, you know what, do you see what I see? 7 and 6, King and Daughter. It's like King and Page, 9 and 10, 2 and 3. This feels like there's a message here. I feel like there's a conflict, or there is this mismatch between how he feels and how he shows on the surface, like how he feels and how people see him, like what is his true personality and what he portrays outside for people to see him. And I feel like he doesn't really care how people sees him, and at the same time he doesn't show his deepest emotions to people, not even his members, not even all of his members. I think he trusts Namjoon I'm the most out of them, and them 2 probably understand each other most in the group. And I feel like JIN would be able to talks to RM about everything that he's thinking about, everything that concerns him, rather than to the other members, because JIN is always has this image of someone's really chit chat, and it's always cheering and always have this kind of aura around him that it's carefree and always joking around, but I think that is just surfaced. He's actually very sensitive and very emotional. He knows how people feel. He can empathize with that on a really deep level. He just doesn't really show it. He does everything really subtle and really, you don't really notice if you don't pay attention. So a lot of people see him as like just a flower, just someone someone with a pretty face and a fun personality, someone who doesn't really have any depth in his like personality or in his characteristic. But it's actually not true. He is so much more than that. He just chooses not to show it. He just chooses to show the fun side of him, just to like lighten up the mood. He chooses to show the loose side of him, because he doesn't really care how people think about him. But the important thing for him is that he makes the atmosphere or the environment around him more comfortable for people. He would always the one who makes the joke or try to loosen up the mood and try to like make other members feel better. Yeah, but I feel like this year he is encouraged to let go a little bit, like let go of the image that he's been holding all these years. Like, he doesn't have to pretend to be cheerful or happy all the times. It's okay for him to show that he's worried or concerned or sad. He doesn't have to put on the happy mask anymore. Not all the times. He should let other people understand him. I feel like there is a wall. He built a wall around himself, around his deepest emotions, with the two ones in reverse. I feel like he still hesitates to bring down the walls for other people to look at him more, more understand. I don't know, to look at the real him. He still tries to protect his core, even with his closest friends and members. Nobody truly understands him. Maybe RM would understand him more than most people, but nobody truly knows him. And I feel like this year, and it feels like that is somehow his pride. I don't know. It's just what I feel like. He's trying to protect his pride somehow, because he's the oldest member of the group, and he all this year he's been taking on the role of the one who takes care of other members. So it would be hard for him to drop that and show other member that he is just as vulnerable as them and as sensitive as them. But they're not just a band anymore. They're not just a group anymore. They're family now. So I hope that this year JIN will be able to loosen up a little bit, let himself be freer in a way, let people show him that they care, let people show him that they understand him, they love him, they appreciate him. He doesn't have to do all that by himself. He has his families and his members around him. It is a blessing. Career-wise, he is getting recognized for his talent and his efforts. I know all these years, a lot of people look at him like just a pretty face, and criticize him for his dancing skill, his singing skill, and all that. But most people don't know that he probably is the most hardworking along BTS members. I mean, they are all insanely hardworking, but the other members say that JIN always put in extra effort just because he knows that he's not as good in singing or dancing as other members. So he would put in like a couple hours more into practice. He will always stay in the practice room later than other people just to like perfect a dance move. But nobody knows, not many people know that. And he once said that your effort and all your hard working doesn't need to be shown. There's no need for people to see how hardworking you are, but only the result. That's how he thinks. He doesn't want people to know that he's hardworking. He just wants people to recognize him, praise him for his great job. But I think this year he will get recognized as he is, with the Six of Swords and the Daughter of Pentacles. And also the Daughter of Pentacles is someone who is always caring, very supportive, very sensitive, very nurturing, and that's exactly his role in BTS, and every other members count on him a lot. He's like the comforting source for them. And then 10 of Cups with the Three of Pentacles, it just signifies like huge success, like wishes come true. Everything they want, they would be able to get. Because I would even say they're gonna get a Grammy, at least a nomination this year, but very much likely they will get the award this year. Very high chance. And yeah, they still going very strong. And when we have a look at the Oracle deck, Oracle cards, we have Leap. You go first, universe will catch you. And inner temple, devotion, tune in the portal of your heart. I think this goes really well with what I said about treasuring his own emotions, let other people in. He doesn't have to build these walls around him anymore. Other people who truly loves him and truly wants to know him would be able to show him the support and the love and the sincerity in them, and he just needs to trust other people more. It's okay to let people know that you are also very sensitive, emotional. You have this not weak, but have this vulnerable side of him. I really hope that he will be able to do that. And also, the two cards from the universe has your back deck say, my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. And also, my vibes speak louder than my words. So I think this just urged him to focus on what it is that he wants, and also it's kind of like letting you I like show the different sides of him, like my vibes speak louder than my words. So together with the Daughter of Pentacles, feel like the other members truly appreciate him for being there for them, being very empathetic and being very sensitive, being very nurturing, caring, and supportive of them. And even though he always says like his dad jokes and trying to be cheerful and always like joking around, fooling around, but other people, the people who are close to him, truly know and appreciate him for what he's doing. Like they know that he would just try to ease other people's nerves, like to make the member feel more comfortable whenever they're in like in a tension or something like that. So yeah, I think he people who knows him and people who know JIN definitely understand who he is. So he can trust them, and it is safe for him to show them his vulnerable side. That is what I want to say. The Whisper of Love Oracle card say choose love. You always have choice, and make yours with love. And also look to your inner strength. So this look to your inner strength has the same energy as the inner temple. You know, it needs to tune into his inner emotions and listen to himself. Tell himself it is okay to let people know that he has all these emotions and he's loved. So there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be worried. So don't let pride get in your way. I think two of the other members also have this card. I feel like it's all about for the members, because this year they're gonna have a huge success. And BTS is always the most humble human being I've ever met. So I'm not worried about them being cocky or being too comfortable at the top. They will always continue to work hard and as such. But I think with this card, it speaks to JIN more about the pride that he needs to protect his deepest core, his deepest emotions. And no, the universe is urging him to open up a little bit, to let loose, to let other people in, trust people. And it's time to give rather than take. Yes, it's time to open up. I hope he will be able to do that. Because the first impression a lot of people have of JIN is that he's carefree, he's kind of like shallow, always make the dad jokes, always seems to doesn't really care about anything. But no, it's not what he is. He is so much more than that. He's so much more sensitive and deeper than that. But he chooses to show that image just because someone in the group has to be the one that lighten up the mood when things get too serious, So he chose that role, but I think now it is time for him to kind of like take off that mask for a while and let people see him in the true light of himself. And it's all gonna be great. He will be embraced and appreciated as he is. Yeah, I think that's all I see for JIN this year in 2020. Thank you for dropping in. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I think the reason I'm doing this is maybe something somewhere in me wishes that maybe the BTS member will be able to hear these messages, because I feel like those messages are quite important and quite I don't know, it will be kind of like liberating to hear, and I hope you can get to them somehow. But of course, this is just me doing a random reading on the internet. So yeah, I'll see you later.